green-white company. Something I've chatted about a couple of times and I think is definitely true is that most of the good decks in Historic are playing Collected Company or Thoughtseize. And while obviously there's some exceptions to that rule, I think for the most part that's the case. So green-white company here. One of the biggest upgrades to the company archetype in Historic in recent memory is Skyclave Apparition. This card is very, very good. Being able to just exile a thing and then not get it back even if they answer your Skyclave is super powerful. You've also got other good heavy hitters like Lovestruck Beast and Kazandu Mammoth. This deck is also playing the Great Henge as an additional source of card advantage. So that's about our number of company hits. Yeah, we have 31 collected company hits. I think about 30 is what you want to aim for, 28 being the minimum. We got a couple of Yasharns in here as non-hits for company because this card stops Cat Oven from looping and it stops, what's it called? Players can't pay life or sacrifice on purpose, cast spells, or activate abilities. It stops them from sacrificing your stuff to village rights and stuff. So, one cute card inclusion in this build too is whenever an opponent activates an ability of a creature or land that isn't a mana ability, you get to draw a card. I'm curious to see if this card ends up being useful or if it's just awkward and bad. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. This is a deck list that I pulled from a small community Historic tournament. I forget where exactly, so I don't really have any strong attachments or justifications for the cards that we're playing. We'll probably develop some as we play some games with it, but just jump in with the list that somebody put up a small result with, and we'll go from there. Someone asked, what part of Hoots do we think will be Grixis Shadow? Probably not a lot. I think Shadow in Historic will probably be red-black without fetches and shocks. 3-color Shadow is probably going to be hard to play consistently in terms of the mana base because you won't be able to play fetch shocks in there. You only have shocks and lands in this format. And 2, which is important to remember that while the Hoots tournament is fun and I have a good time putting it on, the Hoots tournament isn't a cutthroat competitive tournament. Remember, in addition to the prize structure for the Hoots tournament being very flat, meaning that the first place prize isn't all of the prize money. I believe first place is $120 in store credit, and everybody that gets at least 4 match wins gets store credit. We also have 2 sweetest deck awards, so the intention of the Hoots tournament is not to be the pinnacle of competition for Historic. It's intended to be a fun community event that people can play in even if they're not someone that fancies themselves hyper-competitive. Is a low entry fee, and the goal is to encourage people to have fun and play sweet things. Minors, thanks for the follow. Hoots is coming up in 2 weeks, by the way. We get that Historic Anthology on Thursday. Speaking of Thursday, by the way, because the Historic Anthology, usually the arena updates push live at like 10 a.m. Central, I'm actually going to be flipping my stream schedule on Thursday. So normally I do Variety or other games at the end of my stream, but to give us the most time to play with Historic Anthology cards on Thursday, I'm going to be starting my stream with Ratchet and Clank on Thursday, and then we'll move over to Arena as soon as the Anthology cards go live. Well, I had intended to draw a 3rd land here. Turns out I wasn't very good at it. Main deck Aethergust, chat. You can tell Historic has a healthy metagame from the number of main deck Aethergusts and main deck Grafdigger's cages you see on the ladder. Only formats with healthy metagames have those cards in main decks. It's just the truth. Well, I was hoping for our, what's it called, to exile a creature here, which is why I collected company main phase. Yeah, there really isn't a reason for Death Shadow to move into Grixis and Historic until we have at least Stubborn Denial, and even then it'll probably be a metagame call. Main deck Aethergust meta is better than main deck Dispute, in your opinion. I completely disagree. Main deck Dispute is a completely reasonable card to be playing main deck, because main deck Dispute has a text box when your opponent's not playing blue, whereas Aethergust being a main deckable card means that there's such a lack of color diversity in your format, it's okay to play a card that literally doesn't have text sometimes, because it's very rarely not going to have text. You know what? I think I messed up here. I think I was actually supposed to company, because if I companied and hit... If I would have companied and hit the way to exile this, I could have killed this up. It was fine space. I think if you like that deck, it's plenty playable. Or like Kiora Best the Great Henge, am I right? I think we're dead, chat fam. I guess I could find, I've got two Knights of what's it called in my deck, right? Neither of those are the Knights I wanted for Christmas, huh? Wow, there actually aren't extra Knights in the sideboard. Seems loose. Reidane sounds good. Vivien sounds good. I guess I have 3 in the main. Fine. This is probably a Harbinger matchup. They have a lot of interaction. This is probably not a Skyclave Apparition matchup, huh? I don't have a lot of tiny things to exile. Bringing these extra Scoozes. There's more 2-drops. Alright, let's do it. Does Watsy say anything about land spell cards continuing in future sets? I don't believe they've given us a firm one way or another on that as of yet. Is it green-white good stuff deck? Kind of. It's like just like good quality creatures with enters play effects, and then Collected Company and Great Henge should generate card advantage. Wow. Look at the way they massacred my boy, chat. Charming Prince. Yeah, that's cute with Skyclave. I like that idea. I'm holding on to Scoozes here. What is Historic? Historic is the non-rotating format on Magic Arena. It essentially encompasses all of the cards from all of the sets that have ever existed on Magic Arena with a small ban list. And they are continually back adding cards and sets to it. For example, on Thursday, they're releasing the 4th Historic Anthology, which contains a selection of cards from both Magic's history and other sets that are recent that aren't on Arena currently. Which is why we have cards like Collected Company in the format, for example. Yeah, we're getting things like Death Shadow. Actually, honestly, the sweetest thing about the Historic Anthology is that, like, they're including cards from, like, Modern Horizons and Commander decks and stuff in it too. Like, I love that we're, like, getting cards from Magic's history, but also getting cards from sweet supplemental products. I mean, to be fair, Whiskey Dingo, we haven't had a ton of historic tournaments, but that being said, I don't know that I would consider the Thoughtseize decks to be really overbearing in this format. If you ask me to describe problems I have with historic or things that I would change, I don't think Thoughtseize would make the list. Also, like, Thoughtseize is, like, just part of every non-rotating format in Magic. I think Historic will ultimately be a better format than Pioneer. I think questions like that are just so incredibly stupid, I cannot put into words how bad they are. I think card game players have this really idiotic obsession with letting people like things and accepting that things can just be different from each other as opposed to strictly better or strictly worse. I think if Historic and Pioneer are different, unique formats, that's a huge win. Variety is the spice of life, and honestly, the only good thing about Magic Online is the fact that you can play a huge range of formats in it. I want both Historic and Pioneer to be successful long term. I want both of these formats to be things that are fun and interesting to play, so I can play with a variety of game modes on Arena. The reason why Magic is one of the best card games that's ever been made is because of the incredible wealth of ways in which you can play it. Oh, my camera stand is, it's funny. I sent my wife a message the other day. She bought a nice camera and then she bought a really cheap camera stand for me. It's now messed up. All right, I think we're good. We're good. Maybe we're kind of crooked. What's going on, Gisney? My thoughts on Modern currently. I think if I wanted to play a format where Teferi Time Raveler was legal, I'd just go play Hearthstone instead. I'm glad other people are enjoying Modern for what it is, but I have no desire to play a format where Teferi Time Raveler is legal. Like, that card is the antithesis of everything that I enjoy doing and playing with and against the Magic Gathering. My camera's slightly crooked now. I think my camera's slightly crooked now. I mounted it. Good beats. I think I'm just passing, so there's a chance to have a sweeper next turn. What kind of keyboard do I use? I don't know what it's called. I actually had Ranting Bob in chat sent it to me. I don't really have any attachment. I think it's supposed to be a really nice keyboard. I think it's an MX something. I think it's fruit related. Cherry MX Clear. And I'm gonna go on the record and say something sacrilegious now that is probably gonna upset a lot of people, but I don't understand or didn't feel there was a meaningful difference between this keyboard and my $10 keyboard. Like, before I had this keyboard, I had a cheap USB HP generic keyboard, and I just genuinely couldn't tell you there was a meaningful difference between the two. And I use my computer all day, like. As someone who spent a significant amount of time on the computer, I don't understand. I would not pay the amount of money for this keyboard that it costs. I get that other people like them or whatever, but I would believe that these keyboards last longer. Like, I haven't had this keyboard very long, and like the keys on the top of it, the caps aren't wearing off on them. So that's nice, I suppose. I don't dislike that. Your keyboard is older than you are. My mouse is old enough to drive. It's almost old enough to vote. Do I type faster when I hear the sound? I do not. My mouse has seen some stuff, chat. Been through some things. Listen, Ruin. We let children agree to 6 figures worth of tripling student debt while simultaneously classifying them as not responsible enough to drink alcohol. Don't try and logic out how or why Americans do anything they do. I think I'm supposed to throw away one of my creatures to attack them to 1 here. Friendo. Nice control deck. All right. I needed that this morning. That was great. That was fantastic. What an odd play. What an odd play from our opponent. Listen, chat, we've all been there. Don't act like you haven't mistakenly exiled your own thing to Extinction Event before. I don't believe you. Gray Bob, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Ooh, this match is probably bad for us. I feel like the Angels deck dumpsters all of these fair creature decks. I haven't exiled my own things. I've never cast Extinction Event. Okay, I believe you. If your love has a negative enthalpy and a positive entropy, it was spontaneous. I believe you, Steve ate my cat. Thanks for the 27 months. How did Black White Humans go yesterday? It was alright. It had some neat things going on in it. As always, if you missed the deck list that we played, you can find it up on my YouTube channel. If you don't want to watch the entire video, at the end of every one of my video segments, there is a quick 2 to 3 minute wrap up talking about things I liked, things I didn't like, things I would do differently if I would play the deck again. Alright, so need to Fairground Warden the speaker here before that pops off next turn. Unless they take this hit, in which case, you know, more power to them. This is sorcery speed activations. They're going to go to 27 here, but they can't do this in response, which is fine. You snooze, you lose, chat. If we can dodge a Righteous Valkyrie, we can dodge a ball. Splendid Angel. Is that too scary? You know, I don't have 6 mana. I guess they could have other ways to gain life that could make it scary. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I probably want to go Elf, Lovestruck Beast, Lovestruck Beast. That takes 5, which means I can go ahead and eat with the Scoos here to push a damage. Oh, actually, beginning of each end step. I actually don't want to do that, because then they'll make an Angel. Yeah, I only want to put 2 things into play. Pro tip if you're playing the opponent's deck, chat, put on auto-order triggered abilities. I think Settle makes these matchups feel closer. I feel like that's not true if your opponent's playing well. I believe that you're getting people who are playing poorly with it, but I feel like that's not a real plan against good players. Yeah, I think you're gonna beat... Settle's a really good card at beating mediocre players. Sometimes it's worth keeping auto-order triggered abilities off. Can you explain when, Pomoyne? Give me a situation where that's true. Please explain. So I want some removal. I want these. I want the Skysovereigns. Deck and Stone would be great. Yeah, we'd definitely play Deck and Stone over Baffling End, probably 3 or 4 of them, honestly. That card's so good. So it's exactly Valkyrie coming into play off Collected Company. Got it. Synchron's probably pretty good here. They don't have a ton of removal. I feel like I would be surprised if this card is better than more copies of Fairgrounds Warden. I feel like this card making the timing on your Collected Companies awkward seems real medium. Full effect, I'm not arguing that you should always have auto-ordered triggered abilities on. I'm saying the specific deck we are currently playing against on the opponent's side, generally speaking, doesn't have situations where they want auto-ordered triggered abilities on. So you should turn it off for the opponent's deck because their deck has a ton of triggers in general. So obviously, there are a lot of edge cases in Magic the Gathering in general where you don't want it to auto-order things. No, Bob. The Hoaglandia tournament is a normal historic tournament. I do not intend to run custom banless Magic tournaments anymore. The only reason we ran custom banless Magic tournaments is because all of Magic's formats were dog shit at the time when I was running those tournaments. If I feel compelled to run a custom banless Magic tournament, I'm just gonna take a break from playing Magic. If Magic doesn't have formats worth playing, I'm just not going to play them. Machine Gun Ming, thank you for the Prime support. I really appreciate that. There's a lot of great people you can chip those Bezo bucks to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending them this way this month. Just doing this. You're just doing this. So, people are often ignorant of history, and that's true of card games and just in general, but what happened in 2020 with Magic the Gathering was not normal. What happened in 2020 in general, globally, was not normal, but what happened with Magic specifically definitely wasn't. One of the reasons why Magic's had the longevity that it has and why you're able to be successful as a content creator through the ebbs and flows is because Magic as a game isn't just one game. Magic is lots of little games all wrapped up into one. And in 2020, the bad game design decisions in Magic rippled past Standard and through all of the non-rotating formats as well. And that's atypical. The power level ramped up, and we felt it everywhere. You couldn't escape Oko and Uro and all these other designs that weren't great. Generally speaking, you know, I've played through tons of bad Standard formats, and that's fine even as a content creator and a player, because you just, like, go play Modern, or you go play Legacy, or you go Draft, or, like, any of these other things, and everything that wasn't limited was impacted by the bad designs that happened in 2020. They're taking my Aspirant, really? It's like, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been playing Magic the Gathering for, you know, almost 2.5 decades now. And again, just like, trust me when I tell you, like, that wasn't typical. I've played through a lot of formats that were considered bad and not worth playing. What's going on, Nickelback? So when you resub, sometimes you have to refresh to send the browser notification through. How old was I when I started playing? I was 9 years old. So 9, I'm 30, we're 21 years in. I want to kill this one, 'cause this one gives me a 3/3. You've only been in since 2018. Yeah. If you only started playing Magic in the Arena era, I can see how it's easy to be pessimistic and think that could happen again. But like, trust me, as someone that's been around a long time doing Magic stuff, like 2020 was atypical for Magic, just like it was atypical for a lot of things. Toasted Mino, thank you for the 17 months. And Nickelback, thanks for the 2 months. I'm not quite sure why we're playing this card, if I'm being honest. This is almost card for card something that I pulled out of a small community historic tournament. So we're probably gonna make some changes here after this game. Yeah, listen, people, if you started playing Magic in 2018 and you're still here, you're a long hauler now. There's nothing that can scare you away. You're done. You're in. You're committed. If the last 12 months didn't scare you off of Magic, nothing will. That's as bad as it gets. I'm glad they righted the ship. Like the current format is just genuinely very good. I think we're dead, chat. I don't know how we ever, like, these matchups just seem unwinnable for these creature decks. The Angels deck, like, is just so good against these creature decks. I guess I'll play Scooze, then it's a 4/4, we can attack a little bit, but... It's like anything other than lands off the top of my opponent's deck basically kills us. I technically shouldn't have tapped 2 green for that. Okay, I mean that technically doesn't let them. Oh wait, it's a cleric. Yeah, they're good. All right. Let's make some adjustments to make ourselves a little bit better here. We're also being better in other places. Let's take a peek at what this deck is doing. Maybe cut some of the cuter cards, play some more 4-ofs. Don't play cute splits of mediocre cards. Play more 4-ofs, chat. What are we looking for? Where's the Green-White Company? Green-White Company. Alright, so I think I want a bunch of Fairgrounds Warden. I think this card's probably pretty reasonable. Maybe I don't want all of these in the main. I feel like I want 4 of these in the 75. See, I can see not having all of them main. I kind of want some more 2s. Someone mentioned Charming Prince earlier, and I'm kind of into that, I think. I guess it's only good with Skyclave. It's kind of like giving us more Skyclaves, though, right? Is someone talking about Hushbringer and Tocatli Honor Guard in my Skyclave Apparition Fairgrounds Warden deck? I would ask you to stop it and get some help. Yeah, I don't know that I love Thalia. She's been kinda whatever. Bronzehide Lion. Ooh, I like that idea. That's a Watch Wolf, right? Gets indestructible. Yeah, that's kind of guess. I think I like to have a Grafdigger's Cage for a Green-White Company deck. Now you're cooking. There's the Twitch I know. I love. What if we splash blue for Glasspool Mimic? I actually don't hate that idea. And we just like played Glasspool Mimic as our only blue card. Is that unreasonable? Just like took all of these and turned them into blue duels? Are we just a bad version of Angels at that point? It might just be a bad version of Angels at that point, though. Isn't a bad version of Angel still good? Probably, but that's not something I really want to spend time working on stream, if that makes sense. The 5/4 is not terrible. It's another card that's good. That's good with Great Henge. I don't hate that. Is that Steel? Steel whatever? Steel Leaf Champion? If I'm doing this, I probably want more green. Is green very taxing? Like, I just like take these planes and turn them into Sunpetal Groves, right? This is 18, 22 green with this, kind of 26 with Elf. No, Sunpetal Grove is not legal. I guess like this is green though. Yeah, it's probably, you probably can't play this card in Skyclave Apparition. I think Skyclave Apparition is better. I like Rhonas. God. Green gods. Rhonas sounds good. Hey, neat. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the channel. I like Rhonas as an idea. Means I can keep the planes in my deck. Not mess up the mana too badly. That seems fine. We drug the curve down. I think I'm into that. All right, then what is our sideboard doing here? So like, what is our plan against things like Angels? Do we need Amaria's Call? I like the Amaria's Calls actually. So we technically have a lot of mana and Great Henge ramps and Elf ramps. So like having a couple of planes that like turn into some bomb Angels in the late game sound great. If anything, I kind of want more Amaria's Calls, not less. I guess are the calls actually better than just playing Turntimber Symbiosis? That's actually probably the question I want to ask, which is the answer is probably no. This Turntimber is easier to cast off of our Great Henges, right? This is definitely a 4. This should be a 4 Turntimber deck. This is 8, 13 white. This is 17 and 20, 25 lands. We have 33 company hits is good for sure. Is Bronzehide better than Barkhide Troll? Yes, in my 5 planes deck. The calls give your creatures indestructible. You're correct. If you can cast a triple white spell in your 13 white mana deck, you can give your things indestructible. Do we need this many Scavenging Oozes? Probably not. Probably don't need 4 Yasharn. I like more Baffling Ends. Just gonna honestly deck with one. I guess we have Fairgrounds Warden this. 3 Baffling Ends is probably enough. Vivien's insane. Vivien Monsters Advocate is very good. Someone mentioned 3 mana Flash Vivien. I like 5 mana Vivien better. Like Apostle of Purifying Light. I've got Yasharns here. Maybe these Thalias aren't particularly good. I'll put 1 Ooze back in. I don't have a particular Jeskai Mutate list that I'm attached to, Silver. There are some people talking about it in the subscriber Discord server, but I've literally not played any games with it, so I don't really have thoughts or opinions or a deck list that I've worked on. Yeah, I agree. Thalia is a card that I've been super unimpressed by with in Historic in general. I do not like Historic Intervention as a card. I think Historic Intervention is a trap card in a lot of instances. I would rather have cards like Vivien that allow me to generate card advantage after my opponent sweeps my board, rather than a card like Heroic Intervention that I have to hold up in a specific case. There's also things like Shadow's Verdict, Extinction Event, and Languish in this format that Heroic Intervention is literally useless against. So you're playing a card that's both narrow and requires a very specific timing window to be good. I would not play Heroic Intervention in this format. I would love Nissa Vastwood Seer. Come on. Origins, Planeswalkers sooner rather than later, chat fam. Alright, can we be competitive against goblins? I feel like we just died to Muxus, right? We like actually have no counterplay? Is that the case? So, does this deck have counterplay against Muxus that I'm not thinking of? I think it's right to treat there. We need to put Grafdigger's Cage in our Collecting Company deck. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Being lucky is a strong play against opposing Muxai, to be fair. Is plural Muxus Muxai, chat? Is that how that works? Am I using the proper jargon here? Alright, so we're dead, right? We could just never beat Krenko? Muxin? The plural of Muxus is death. The plural of Muxus is death. Big mood. Big mood. The plural of Muxus is death. A death of Muxus. Janice, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not excited about it, but it's fine. Go this, into this, into this. Chat, I'd be lying if I said this wasn't a good draw. Do I play a 5/5 or do I kill their treasure token? I think I just play a 5/5. Hey, Jeff, long-time lurker, first-time sub. Been watching your content since the SCG days with modern Kiki Cord. Hey, welcome to chat, Neem. Good to have you here. We conceded to this one last time. Do you think they think we're conceding again? Maybe we should be. Unfortunate that we don't have second green that's untapped here. We drew a tapped green at least, though, so we got that going for ourselves. Okay, so now maybe if they never draw Muxus, our Great Henge can allow us to power through Krinko. Could you imagine why aren't you Embercleave, Great Henge? I have 61 cards in my deck. Do I? That's probably true. Did I just mess up during sideboarding, or are there 61 in the main deck? That's a good question too. Some people in chat were comparing this deck to Angels. I think the better comparison is probably to Gruul, and asking ourselves why is this better than just doing Gruul things. If this is better than just doing Gruul things, it's because of this card, I think. Skyclave is really good. Excuse me? That must have been a misclick, right? And we are at 61. We have 15 up here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 14. No, I'm not at 61 cards in the main. There's 14 cards to the sideboard. I just didn't sideboard properly. I'm bad at counting, chat, just not in the way. Oh, wait. No, did I miscount again? Oh, I'm so bad at counting, chat. How am I so bad at counting? All right, no, I'm wrong. This one of the shuffle. All right, we'll cut something in a second. Listen, chat. My capstone project for my master's degree in mathematics had to do with analyzing network paths, okay? It didn't have to do with counting small numbers. Cut me some slack. Other than a Yorion deck, have you ever built a deck that naturally had over 60 cards? Ah! What a wonderful time to have someone ask me that question after someone just brought up the Kiki Cord days. Sit down, scamps, and listen. And let me tell you about a time in my life when we drove multiple tens of hours across the frigid wasteland that is the Midwest to register 63-card main decks and 12-card sideboards in terrible Kiki-Jiki decks in Modern. It's all life. You haven't lived, chat, until you've registered the 63-card main deck and the 12-card sideboard. Why? Because you have 4 copies of Port of Calling and 2 copies of Eldritch Evolution in your deck that tutor up your bullets. And you just start with 3 extra bullets in your main deck, and then for the post-board games, you board down to 60 and only keep the cards that you want in your deck. It's a technology, chat. Old sideboard ruling? No, that's the current sideboard ruling. The current sideboard rule has been there for a long time. Their Muxus wasn't even good. I think we're still dead. I guess I can double block this next turn depending on what they play. I think playing copies of the Spiteful is fine in black control decks in Standard. I think playing copies of Spiteful instead of Shadow's Verdict is some hot nonsense. The rules for sideboards in Magic the Gathering that people are failing to remember in chat right now are that in a post-board game of Magic the Gathering, your sideboard must not have more than 15 cards in it, and your main deck must not have fewer than 60. So if you start with 63 cards in your main deck and 12 cards in your sideboard, that's 75 cards. Post-board, you can turn into 60 and 15. Them's the rules. Thanks for the third of year, by the way, Chris. Kiki Court was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing bad Court of Calling decks in this format eventually. We'll get it via Pioneer card drops at some point. My dojo does not contain fear, chat. Alright, I have a little bit of fear for Krinko. We ain't scared. We ain't scared. Think I'm supposed to gain 4 here. It's close though. Alright, looking for companies. So it's an activate ability, it gets indestructible, it makes other things indestructible. Hold on to a couple of lands because we do have Kazandu Mammoths in the deck, so these could trigger landfall. Oh, I probably should have played that on white, huh? I think we take this, and then we start powering up Bronzehide Lion, right? It's gonna be indestructible. Hopefully playing this on green doesn't come back to bite us. Brick, 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 brick. Well, I'm not dead yet. Dead yet. Is Amaria better there? Yes, in this specific board state, Amaria would have been better. But chat, I get that you're Twitch chat and you're incapable of thinking outside of the current board state we are currently watching. On average, Turntimber Symbiosis is much better. It's much more castable. There are 13 white sources in my deck, chat. Chat talked about Muxus earlier, and I told you that being lucky is a very good play against Muxus. I wasn't wrong. I should Fairgrounds Warden their Muxus, right? That's the correct play. Should I take both their prospectors here? I'm taking at least one of them. It might be right to just take both of them, huh? I think we're just supposed to take both and like just hope they draw one more brick. Pour one out for Bronzehide Lion, by the way. This was a great suggestion, Seth. Card sweet. Okay, I mean they bricked just long enough for us. But why male models? I don't know what that's referring to. Ek, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. I think we're gonna cage them. To be fair, I've had green-white company decks cage me in this format. Why male models is Zoolander? Am I gonna offend people if I say I don't know what Zoolander is? Is this a pop culture reference that I'm supposed to get? I'm not a true 90s kid. To be fair, by the time I was a child, it was like I was born in 91, chat. Like I don't have conscious memory of most of the 90s. It's less offensive than the mechanical keyboard comment, so you're fine. I can't keep this in the dark, right? I have to mulligan a hand that doesn't do anything till turn 3 on the draw. This hand's much better. Actually, let's bottom the knight here. I can go elf into elf aspirant here, which is great. There's been a ton of angels in the ladder. I'm glad we made some small adjustments to make our deck better here. I would bet this matchup's still tough for us. Hey, Jin, thank you for the 49 months of Prime. It's been a hot minute. Okay, so we've died. Got it. Yeah, I don't think our deck is likely playable if you expect a lot of angels. Matchup seems atrocious. Hey, Collins, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. To be fair, that was one of their best possible starts, but Angel is basically designed to beat these creature decks. As someone that's played a good bit of the Angels deck at this point. This definitely feels designed to beat creature decks like what we're doing. Oh, damn it. I didn't fix the fact that we're playing 61 cards. Fix 61 cards. All right. Hey, Mr. Ben and Watch, thanks for the entire year of support. Welcome back. Our curve's very good here. If we can't win this game, then we're just going to auto-concede this matchup for the rest of the set. That's pretty unfortunate. They got rid of our 1/1 for the old Lovestruck Beast here. Hopefully this collected company is going to find us another copy of Luminarch or an elf. Alright, with that draw, we go elf into warden, smack them for 7 for sure. No reason to gamble. Yeah, like I said, I think this is what these games need to look like in order for our deck to be able to win. We need to be able to put them on the back foot and disrupt them a little bit. I mean, to be fair, their company got 1/1/1. My company only got 2/1/1s. Magic in no way resembles gambling. It is a low variance, high skill endeavor. Yeah, and now they curve out on the play and we die. I am certain is what's about to happen. The deck that we're playing would kill for Elvish Mystic. We would really like to have another card that accelerates us on one. You can mulligan for them reasonably when you have 8 of that effect. Yeah, one thing Runeterra does really well is very play-draw balance game. Runeterra has better play-draw balance than chess does, which is impressive. I think if you could play any number of... one-mana accelerants, you'd probably want like 10 in a lot of these decks. I think 12's probably too many. I think 10's probably about right. Runeterra's had more balanced patches than chess. True. Big true. I don't really think that Magic and Poker are super comparable outside of the fact that they're both card games, if that makes sense. Oh, we might actually win this, huh? Their draw's kind of mediocre. Flagship might drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line here with their other tools. I don't think Lyra's very good in Angels. I think you'd rather have more Collected Company hits. The foghorn boat sound. All right, I'm sold, chat. All about the boat. And this is why, chat, you play the games. You play the games sometimes, right? Like, this matchup seems really awful for us, but awful doesn't mean unwinnable. Been a while since I've cast this card. It's gas. So good in these creature games. Oh, I could have shocked that in to deal. Oh, all right. I missed 4 points of damage. It's fine. We're gonna be okay. I could have pumped this and then done this to do this and. It's not a big deal, okay? It's not a big deal. Oh gosh, chat! We're almost at the Diamond 4 rank floor. Feels like home. Feels like home. Oh, I haven't restarted Arena yet today. How we doing, chat? I just really wanted you to see my face live and in Technicolor. Oh, I could take a moment to show the sponsor. Coalescence Apparel sent me my first set of shirts from them. We've got rock and roll, and then we've got a bunch of rock cards listed on. Good Magic Arena restart time. Get the sponsor shill in. They've got a bunch of, if you haven't checked them out before, they've got a bunch of different Magic themed shirts up there, including this most recent rock one, I believe. Looks great with a dad bod. You do get to see my dad gut there. It's great. What am I cutting? I've got 61. 61. We're trimming a Night of Autumn here. Your camera's so good I can see how dirty your glasses are. They're filthy. Or not. You're not wrong. They're filthy. Alright, 60 card green-white company. The high definition Jeff makes me nervous. What will my wife think if she walks in while I'm watching this? Yeah, this is fine. We'll bottom the Skyclave here. Lazy Destroyer, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Listen, chat, all I'm gonna say is I was 40 pounds lighter when my wife and I started dating, okay? And I'm confident that nothing else in my life has changed since then. Najo Mage, thank you for the tier 2. I appreciate the 27 months. Welcome back. The actual answer is that when I was an undergrad, I subsisted on a diet of like fruit, crackers, peanut butter, and cheese, and I biked like 5 miles to work 5 days a week. Now I do 2 flights of stairs to work in the morning. Thank you very much. The world changes when you can afford food. Yep, ain't that the truth? Untapped land. Untapped land. So, I think we actually want a Luminarch tapped land here. To get the enable on the Lovestruck Beast nicely. Get to crack in for 6. They're going to play a Phyrexian Tower and kill us with the Muxus next turn, but it's fine. We're going to attack with the 6/6. It does make our hinge cheaper. You're not wrong. Man, spell land split cards are so good, chat. Magic is such a better game with these designs in it. It's kind of unreal how much better it is. I do have Skirt Prospector. Skirt Prospector could let them cast Muxus this turn too. Like making a set where every card in a land on the back would go too far. Oh, they already have Prospector in play. I'm dumb. So he says. Nine, 10, 19. Got it. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Oh, ha! They get to cast goblins off the top of their deck here, too. Oh. If we would have hit untapped lands here, we would have been able to Collecting Company into potentially something useful. Are we dead on board? Castle makes these exactly 10. We'll see if that's what they do. Okay. Franco is very lethal. Honestly, out of the opponent's deck, I think I lose to Krenko just as often as I lose to Muxus. Krenko is really good. A couple of nights are probably fine to keep it, actually. Gaining life is fine. Yeah. Yep. I think Goblins is probably still a pretty reasonable competitive deck even without Muxus in it. It really is a Krenko combo deck. Muxus is just the best way to get Krenko to play. Yeah, I mean, like, you just, like, replace Muxus with Ringleader and, like, you're a little bit less obnoxious. Is there a Karn deck anywhere that's playable in Historic? Not an established deck. One of the things you need to understand about Historic, people, if you like brewing, chat, Historic is a great format to approach because it is not a well-established format. There are not a ton of Historic tournaments. There aren't 8 SCG satellites plus a 5K every weekend in Historic. What's going on, oldest son? You're going to the moon. What? How are your classes this morning?
Good.
Good. Were you being a good listener? Good. Okay. How many minutes do you have? I don't know. Let's check the calendar. Calendar time. Where's Jake's calendar? My calendar says Jacob is all done for the day. Double check with your mom, though. Make sure it's not wrong, but my calendar says your classes are all done today. Pretty cool. Double check with your mom, though, okay? Just in case, sometimes the calendar's wrong. He is huge. He is seven years old now. I am looking forward to a return to in-person school in the fall. looking forward to being able to send them back. Feel good about it. How has he been liking online school? It's been remote learning has been less bad than I anticipated it being. It's far from good. It's been less bad than I expected it to be, though. I feel grateful that my wife and I are in a position that we're able to keep our kids home. I know a lot of people are not afforded that privilege. That being said, would still prefer in person for sure. I think I need to do this turn, right? Because I want to start building up this lion so that way we can play Great Henge. Yeah, definitely silence. Like, being kids being remote and being online, like, so, like, you know, my wife and I are fortunate that, like, we both have work from home jobs and we're able to keep our kids home realistically, and a lot of people can't do that. But, like, you know, my wife's working during the day too, right? So, like, she's able to make sure they're getting logged onto their classes, but, like, they're 5 and 7. Like, she can't be there to constantly keep them focused on things while also doing her work. But, like, you can, speaking as someone who, like, failed classes in high school and stuff, like, you, like, it's not the end of the world. You can make up time lost in school. You know what's really difficult to make up, though? Being dead. It's tough to make up being dead. There's always time to learn. And it isn't even just about like the safety of my kids too, right? Like, if people like me who are in a position who can keep their kids home choose to send them anyways, that makes families who aren't in that position worse off because it puts more people into circulation too, right? So, like, as is most of the things surrounding everything with COVID, it's bigger than just me and my family, and, like, the decisions that I make impact other people. Thanks for the 35 months, Precipic. It is been a hot second. Kraken Null, thanks for the 23. I think it depends on what availability there is, Dr. Mr. Punny. Like, for example, you could find out if they're actually filling up or not before you make your appointment. I know some of the places in the area where I live, actually, they were having some issues where they were taking walk-in appointments for COVID vaccines because they were having cancellations, and, like, they pulled out vaccines and they're only good for a certain number of days after they pull them out. To answer your question, I would encourage you to do some research, and I'm probably not qualified to help you make that decision. Looking for an untapped land here to drop Luminarch. Ever lucky. I mean, everyone should definitely get it eventually, but, like, in some places the queue is very backed up. So, like, if it's backed up where you live and there's other people that are more at risk than you, there's nothing wrong with waiting. But, like, if there's open spots, yes, definitely get it. Meow. Anybody that tells you magic is dead is very silly and looking to give you a hot take and probably isn't someone worth having a discussion with. Yeah, what Kismet there is something a lot of places are doing. You can sign up for an overflow list where they call you if, like, hey, we've got vaccine doses we're literally going to throw out. So, like, yes, give it to me if you're going to throw it out. But, like, don't give it to me if, like, someone else, like, genuinely needs it, could be getting it instead. Because I can sit at home for another month or two while we wait for supply issues to be resolved. But, like, getting one that would otherwise end up in a garbage, yeah, definitely sign me up. So they're guaranteed gonna have Muxus next turn. Oh wait, do I have lethal? This is lethal, right? I almost missed lethal. I'm dumb. Apologize, we were talking about stuff in chat. This exiles us, and then we kill them with these. The person that asked, how do you convince people to not be anti-vax? I don't know, you can't logic someone out of a position they didn't logic themselves into. At this point, people that think like the vaccines aren't reasonable and safe, I'd encourage you to direct them to the literally millions of people that have gotten them at this point, past all of the expert opinion and analysis and everything that's gone into it. But like at the end of the day, like anti-intellectualism is not something you can really fix or change in most people. Thanks for the follow, Jebster. People that are new to the channel like Jebster, as you might have gotten the hint from the discussion we've had here, I consider myself aggressively progressive. We're a very blue channel here as far as the United States go. And we talk about politics and other important topics on occasion, not all of the time, but when they come up naturally, I don't shy away from them. If you are a member of the community that supports my content too, and you want to talk about politics, games, and all sorts of other stuff, be sure you pop on in the Discord server as well. There's channels in there for magic and politics and all sorts of things. Is good enough? Probably fine. I guess it doesn't play Henge quickly. I'm gonna mulligan this. Look for an elf. Let's see, this hand has a 1-drop and an enabler for Henge at least, which is nice. Yeah, if this hand finds a 3rd land, it's great. We have 25 lands in our deck. Nailed it. Don't trust vaccines. I don't want microchips tracking my every move sent from my iPhone. Yeah, ain't that the truth? You chipped yourselves, people. Come on now. You know, we don't need to chip you. You already did that voluntarily. Am I playing defense with this 3-3? We're definitely attacking with this. I think we're supposed to play defense with the 3-3. I think there's a chance with everything having haste, they like ship in to just my Lovestruck Beast next turn. Insulate against Chain Whirler. I want Lovestruck Beast to be able to attack. Potentially. Or are you saying make the Aspirant bigger instead of the token? Maybe? I can see that. That would have pushed a little bit less damage, but I can see that being correct. Gosh, the Goblins deck is just so offensive. This archetype shouldn't get to grind and combo kill. It shouldn't, like, what a deck is allowed to do shouldn't be able to be, I combo kill you on turn 3, I have good aggressive draws, I outgrind control decks with card advantage. Like, you should, like, only get to pick 2 of those 3. Untapped land. Come on. Come on, give Poppy an untapped land. I want to go Great Henge into Fairgrounds Warden, take your Chieftain away. And then if Muxus low rolls, we might be okay. If we hit an untapped land here and we get to go Henge into Fairgrounds Warden and then the Muxus low rolls a little bit, I think we could be in this game. Man, never lucky. Even just like an elf or another creature we could play here would have been good. So to give us a redraw towards the land. It's actually just two ifs. It's one that's incredibly likely and one that's like kind of likely. Muxus doesn't hit that often. So this would have put, if we would have hit a land, this would have put a counter here, and then I would have been able to play Great Henge for 3 and then use 2+1 for Fairgrounds Warden. I assume with already having Goblin Chieftain in play here though, that the Muxus is going to be lethal. We'll do this here, but the fact that I can't make a follow-up play with it this turn's really bad for us. Means if they floop Krenko, it's over. They don't get a turn to kill it. Okay. Could have been worse. Yeah, they could technically Muxus this again here, but their hit's bad enough that it's not great for them. We just do this, right? And then we, like, take Script Prospector next turn. We're going to 4 here with the Great Henge activation. Yeah, I don't know that I like the attack all on our opponent's side. I agree, Dogfish. I think they probably should have just attacked with Muxus. I'm not sure that like I think they've given us a better chance to win because they've attacked with these Goblin Chieftains. Maybe they're realizing that. Nah, it was definitely right to play Great Henge this turn. Having guaranteed extra mana next turn and the way to cantrip through my deck to find more lands is really powerful. It was 100% correct to play Henge last turn. Our opponent has a Cycling Goblin on top of their deck. Wait, are they sacrificing these before damage? So I'm not. Are they going to like abreed something here? Oh, they're going to abreed the Great Henge. Got it. Feels bad, man. Okay. Yep, yeah, Death Touch on Rhonas is super relevant here. The problem is they still have these 2 Snoops in play. I really need to find a second Great Henge. Just the best draw on our deck, not close. The fact that we didn't get to draw anything with that Great Henge was awful. They have Gem Palm here lined up to kill my Fairgrounds Warden. I wonder if this is getting a Krenko. Yeah. Heh. Yep. I can sacrifice Matron and cast War Chief off the top of the deck now. succeed. Or 10. If we had Henge, we might have been able to power through this, but like, they have the thing to cycle to kill this. They're gonna get to play Krinko. They're gonna get to make a bunch of goblins. They're gonna go wide around our Rhonas here. Probably should have conceded when they killed the Henge. I think questions like that are stupid, Springsbug. I think they're not gonna... Actually, that's wrong. You're not saying should we change the cards. No, I think Skirt Prospector's not the problem. The 6-mana goblin that puts 30 power worth of goblins into play and kills you is the problem. There's like 6 different ways for them to ramp into Muxus ahead of curve that none of them involve Skirt Prospector, that aren't just Skirt Prospector. So like the problem is very much the powerful card. The problem is very much not the 1-mana 1/1 goblin that makes some mana. I really hate that argument. I think it's very silly. Never not DM. Thanks for the entire year. They're literally playing like Ironcrag feet, right? Like literally as built. God, this stupid camera mount. As built, the Goblins decks have ways to turn 3 Muxus with that. All right, well, my thing doesn't want to remount because my mount costs like $12. Let's see. Get it fixed here or not? Nope, it's not gonna work. I think it's completely stripped out. Yeah. Okay. Well. Glad I still have this set up. Just like old times now, yeah. We might actually have a shot here, huh? We get to go ahead and take the priest here. You to put a counter here and it's back for 6. All right, sure. Thank you, you're the best. She brought me lunch, chat. I like lunch. Some random guy, thanks for the prime. I appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Going on, sellers. Thanks for the 27 months. The person asking why I wasn't auto-conceding to rogues. We're playing an aggro deck. We have instant speed threats in our aggro deck. So, like, I concede to rogues with, like, bad mid-range and control brews because they're, like, 0%. But aggro decks have a real shot here. Now, obviously, we mulligan to 4 this game. And even though we played turn 4 Great Henge, like, we don't have a follow-up here, so, like, we're probably dead, but in general, I don't think this is, like, a 0% matchup like a lot of other decks are against rogues. What I want to cut here is this actually a Great Henge out matchup? Like, if I'm keeping a giant threat in play, I'm probably in a pretty good spot anyways, and drawing more cards can actually be a downside in a matchup, in this matchup. Bringing in Baffling End, so it helps me keep my creature count up. Do I want all the Fairgrounds Wardens? Baffling End and Skyclave might just be enough. Let's do this. Hey, Urkadar, thank you for the 43 months. Welcome back. Thick Bra, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. I'm gonna do this at enter combat, so they can't just kill my 1/1. Main phase 1, I mean, before we enter combat. This is a great draw, so I can play this as a follow-up too, after I do this to make a 1/1. Might be wrong. Lofty miling me, sure. Flame Burst, thanks for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. I imagine being on the draw is going to be difficult for game 3. I'm going to really want an opener that involves the Llanowar Elves. I can, like, kill Lovestruck Beast here, or, like, flash it and jump block it. I guess they could technically block here, but yeah. Yeah, they're just treading water at this point. I don't need 3 mana sweepers to get them back into this. I suppose they could, like, give -1/-1 to these things. I'm gonna play this out, because, like, if they go, like, land Pestilence Haze or something weird like that, they could get rid of these, and then I don't have lethal. Oh, I have lethal with this, right? Any of our plays there were fine. Okay, I'm happy with how I boarded. Run it back. Hopefully. I'm looking for Llanowar Elves in our opener, ideally. I think this is hand suck to keep territory. Technically, as this on 1, we really want to draw just like a playable 2-drop for 2. Perfect. what do I say? People asking about lunch. My wife got some California Pizza Kitchen barbecue chicken pizzas that were frozen with vegetarian chicken on them. For 29 months, Solaris. And this is another reason why you keep hand sucks keep type hands. Because your opponent's going to Thoughtseize you anyways, and you don't make your hand better by mulliganing against Thoughtseize. What is vegetarian chicken? It is a protein. It is a meat substitute protein thing. I very cleverly left my second copy of Aspirant on top of my deck here. It might actually be wrong to put the counter on this 1/1 here. Because now they want to kill the Aspirant anyways, and now if they kill the Aspirant, I lose my Lovestruck Beast ability to attack. Yeah, I think that was wrong. I think I should have put the counter on the Aspirant. That's good. Thanks for the third of the year. Welcome back. Wait, we can set it up later. I don't want to screw it and stuff now. I just unplugged it for the time being. They drew the blue stars. I was saying, if they don't draw the blue stars here, we get to Skyclave this, which would be really nice. I think we're just Skyclaving anyways. I assume this is getting Lofty Denial or something though. Dizzy B, thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. How's Standard been? Standard's good. Historic's been fun too. A lot of good stuff to go around. It's possible I'm supposed to Oasis this turn. Oh. I was not prepared for that to resolve yet. I wasn't ready. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's exciting.
Not bothering you?
No, I just don't really know. I guess it'll be like, directly to my side now.
Figure it out.
You gotta figure. Okay, you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to do it right now.
I want to figure it out right now.
Okay, sure. She's setting up another camera stand. Ship. She has a big.
I could do this. This could go on the desk, and this can go behind the desk.
But
these two can go.
Does it work when I raise my disc?
Does.
We can figure something out right later, love.
Figure it out.
Okay, have fun. I'll let you be. You can do it. I'm just gonna play my card game. That is the executive producer. Alright, so Grafdigger's Cage means my Turntimber Symbiosis doesn't work anymore. So I guess I wasn't going to Oasis this turn even with the brick because I was gonna wait. But now we're going for it.
Cable management is atrocious.
It's really bad, yeah. That's correct. It's bad. I mean, can it be bad if it doesn't exist? So that's asking the real questions, chat. Can my cable management truly be bad if it's non-existent? I feel like I messed this game up not putting counters on my Aspirant earlier. I feel like I probably should have spread out the love a little bit. I don't think that's sexist and taught. That's something that just applies to significant others in general. The path of least resistance is often a good one. I'm gonna continue milling our spells while we draw bricks.
You turn you see how to...
Yeah, but I mean, like, their partner is a wife, isn't it? Yeah, plug it in. Yeah, how do you think you pulled it off of there? Alright, that forces a... Oh, they're forced to chump block anyways, right? So I don't need to do that? I get to just do this now. If they have a removal spell, we're basically just dead anyways, right? So... I suppose... Is the camera on? Yeah, I say, if I suppose that they have Heartless Act, we get got here. That sweet gamer angle. I don't believe I have any ways in my deck right now to take Grafdigger's Cage off the table, so I'm pretty sure this is just we're putting into play tapped.
Is that where you sit?
Yeah, it's about there.
Seem like you're...
Whoa, you can zoom based on the lens?
It's a camera, dude.
That's so fancy. Look at this, chat. Look at the technology we have. Don't laugh, it works. Thanks for the prime. No, I'm laughing. It works. That's great.
Where do you want to be?
Oh, is that lethal? Is that a lethal Fairgrounds Warden? They shocked earlier, so I assume this is a counterspell. Oh no! Oh no, if it's Lofty Denial, I could have paid for it. We didn't get punished.
What do you think?
I think it looks good. That looks great. You're the best. I love you.
I know I am.
Should have played the land for Lofty Denial. 100%.
Did I do a nice job, chat?
Alright, now we attempt for Oasis lethal.
Do you still want me to get a mount, or is this fine? Because all the mounts are garbage.
I mean, that seems like it works fine.
I mean, it's on the desk. I'm not ordering. Do you want more?
No, I'm good. Love you. Thank you for lunch. Thank you for the stand. Okay, so they had the drown. They were trying to get me here. So I assume they're a favorite from here. With us, with Castle, they're definitely a favorite. Would you like to leave a review for your tech support? She was lovely. I'm like trying to think like what our best draw from here is. It's probably like Lovestruck Beast, right? That's not bad. No! No! Don't lofty denial me! No, don't do it! Don't do it! Have a heart! Oh, wait. Wait, they don't have a flyer. They didn't have a flyer. Alright, never mind. We're cool. Everybody calm down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't panic, chat. Oh, no! Oh, no! We missed it by this much! We missed it by this much. That was really close. That's shame. Shame. It's really sad. I feel like that matchup's gotta be good for us overall. Game 1, we mulliganed to 4 and didn't really play a game, so I feel like if we play a set of 3 where we actually get to play Magic all 3 games, we're probably ahead there. I don't know, it's tough to say, Navier. Like, if I put my counters out differently, they kill the Aspirant sooner as opposed to the token. So I think the game just plays out differently if I distribute my counters differently. I think this is hand sucks keep territory. It's a great draw. Is this a spell or is this a land? I think this is a spell. I disagree about that implication isn't tough. As someone who's been married for almost a decade now, I think one of the things that, while compromise is important in relationships, I think one of the things enough people don't do enough is that too many people inside of relationships, they like try to force and pick fights and compromise over things they ultimately don't care about. So like, it's fine to just like let your partner make decisions on things. If Christy feels strongly about something and I don't care one way or another, like she can just make the decision, right? Because if I'm fine with it regardless of how it goes, that's like not a lack of compromise. It's just like picking, okay, this isn't something that I really care about. I think like not everything has to have input from both people in a relationship, especially if one doesn't care, right? Been a fan since your paper days. Happy to finally catch a stream and drop off in Prime Civ. I appreciate it. Works. Thanks for dropping that off today. Think I want to just Mammoth here, right? I just want a 3/3 on this board. So, dead to cleave. Land that doesn't hurt me is stellar. So, I think I would rather Collected Company this turn than Great Henge. I guess the plan. Don't fail me now. Ooh. Do. Am I supposed to Knight of Autumn to gain life? I think so. I think it's Lovestruck Beast plus gain 4. I can't Rhonas because if I take the Knight and gain life with it, Rhonas can't block. How did I get my PS5? I pre-ordered it from Target, and I got it on release. It was one of those lucky non-scalpers that pre-ordered the thing and actually got it. Did you seriously draw Cleave for the turn? Well, the good news is they didn't kill my 5/5. Okay, well, I think we're just collected companying again here, right? I think I'm just like tapped land pass. We have one more Knight of Autumn, 3 of these, and 2 Fairgrounds Wardens. I can get rid of this robber. This card. You know, I almost said before I cast this collected company that I can't believe we're in this game and I'm enjoying this deck. And then just like I'm glad those words didn't come out of my mouth before that company got cast. Cause that was just, man. Arena is in my head. All right, what are we trimming here? Actually, you know what I really want to get rid of here? I feel like I can't justify cutting any of my cards that enable Hedge, because Hedge is so good here. Need 2 more cuts here, though. I don't know that we can cut lands. We are actually going down on creatures, kinda. 31 hits. Yeah, Rhonas is kind of whatever, but it's a Henge enabler. I don't know. I guess if I'm playing this on 3 and playing Henge on 4, I'm probably dying to getting run over, right? I think that's the cut. Now, the 3/3 for 2 is pretty good. We're bolting on one here. Pretty sure we're bolting on one here. We're not excited about it, but it's the play. Are you finding an arena import for my blue-black flash deck? Come on, PK Jeff. You're not new. Always a command. This is gonna die to a shock, but I feel like it's important to use my mana here. And then Skyclave Apparition's not dying to a shock later, potentially. Frostbite, sure. Yeah, there's also deck lists in the description of every YouTube video. I think my favorite thing that happens quite frequently on my YouTube channel is how often someone will post a to be fair, I usually watch from a phone. I mean, to be fair, the mobile extension works on a phone too. How often someone will leave a comment on one of my YouTube videos that the wrong deck list is in the video description, and then by the time I go to respond to them that the deck list in the video description is the deck list at the end, not what we started with, that they've deleted their comment. Pro tip, chat. Unless you're commenting about just a very specific part of the video, you should watch a whole video before leaving a comment. I think we're probably dead here. Missing our third land drop is pretty detrimental. Unfortunate couple of games. Not really a lot of player agency here. Maybe I'm supposed to trade these 1/1s for another creatures. You know. Can't win a match at the Diamond 4 ring floor. To be fair, at least you're at the Diamond 4 ring floor, Boston. See if maybe we can get there with this one over the course of the next little bit. I should have at least made the Baffling End play for one more time. Yeah, maybe. I mean, if I put random pictures of my face on every video, it stops being special, right? Like there's only so many stupid reactions I can put up. If you clickbait everything, it's no longer clickbait, it's just normal content.
Focus, meditate, and prepare.
My deck doesn't draw cards other than Henge, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this, I think. Can pay 2 to make this indestructible. Play around Wrath of God a little bit here. Sniffed it out, chat. Sniffed it out. This is the part where they cast second Wrath of God. Concede. Concede. Feels blue-white control, man. This matchup makes me wish I had 4 Knight of Autumn in the sideboard. It's fine, I'll leave a couple of Skyclaves in. Well, this is definitely a Reidane matchup. Just show a couple more Skyclaves, leave 1 and 3 Knights, probably fine. They cast Wrath of God on 4 and had their main deck cage against my Collected Company deck, and they died chat, so like, you know. Big green-white, big blue-white mood. Yeah, for people commenting on the fire animation on my sleeves, that's the animation on my cards, that's the animation for my opponent's sleeves. The opponent's sleeve animation appears on your cards during sideboarding. It's a feature. It's a great feature. It's something. If they're censoring this, they're not censoring a Vivien later. Really want to draw some lands here. Honestly, Aether Gut's getting used on that instead of taking Rhonas off the table seems like a win for us. It could be right to just windmill Vivien here, honestly. What's going on, Coley? Thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Oh, that wasn't a counterspell. It's exciting.
The Arcbow quivers with excitement. Diversity is our greatest strength.
Right on schedule. You need to take a time out.
I should have given this last one trample.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Stompy.
You know what? I'm not done.
Our deck seems like it has a lot of play against this control deck for the fact that we're a creature deck. Usually decks full of creatures don't feel this good to play against control. Yeah, Vivien Static Text is very good. Letting us play creatures off the top of our library is big game. Ah, I should have played this on white. What a punish. Alright, so Teferi's dead then, right?
That didn't go according to plan.
Every day is a new mutation.
Yeah, I have 2 of these. I'm just gonna play this out, and if they have a sweeper, it takes their whole turn. Hey, MTG Wiki, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. Got me.
Every bard joins a chorus of roars. Things are about to get out of hand for you.
Get that, chat. Lovestruck Beast came with this 1/1. Experimental Frenzy, but it makes 3/3s. You can also play spells for yeah, she's very good as far as an anti-planeswalker card goes, or anti-control planeswalker goes. Yeah.
Savagery loves company. Every bard joins a chorus of roars.
I think I want to just hold up Bronzehide Lion's activation here. Get rid of Reidane. We'll get to play Teferi. The vote happened. I might skip deck voting today. I think I'm just gonna play this deck for another half hour and then play some Ratchet.
I know my responsibility.
Deck's been super reasonable. I think I'd rather just do a longer set with it than play a third deck.
We need to move quickly.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Stompy.
Thanks, Avalanche. Appreciate the 17 months.
Stop that now.
Stop that. Already threw 2 sweepers, 3 sweepers. Teamer Song with Paradox Engine. You can see all of the decks that I've played on my YouTube channel on the very... I'm just like, yeah, you've been here long enough to have a mod storage. You know how to find my content. Stop it. Huh? Start here and see what they do. they have Settle the Wreckage on top of everything else, we're not gonna win. Deal.
Really should
Still have
seen
much
that
to
coming.
learn.
That's funny. Cage stops it from coming back as a creature too. I'm gonna keep giving these trample because they have a Castle Ardenvale here.
Gloria answers.
Let's skip to the good part.
I killed the Narset there because we have Great Henge. I like creature decks that aren't just dead to control. This has been super reasonable. Probably a little bit worse against goblins than I'd like my deck to be, but goblins also isn't that popular. Ramaro, thanks for the follow. I mean, to be fair, my opponent did a whole bunch of stuff there. It just wasn't good enough to stop our diverse selection of threats. Yeah, Vivien was super strong that game. I think she's a very reasonable card. Yeah, here's open PK. Are we playing a mirror? It might be playing a mirror, chat fam. Alright, so we're definitely playing this on white. The question is, do I second Aspirant or do I Rhonas? I think we Rhonas. Next turn, I can Skyclave their Beast, give this a counter attack for 9. That's a little sad. Yeah, this deck probably struggles against linear decks that are trying to ignore their opponent, Todd. I would venture that to be the case. Decks like Elves tend to be pretty poopy against anything interacting with them, though. I'm actually gonna power up Skews here. Draw the threat away from these. We've played Elves on stream. It's unplayable against decks that play Sweepers for the most part. It's like fine against decks like what we're playing, where you're just looking to race people. It's a very reasonable linear deck, hoping that its opponent doesn't interact with them. I think that descriptor kind of covers a lot of things in these kind of formats, though. If you haven't seen it before, it's up on the YouTube channel. Well, I mean... Okay. You should just ban Muxus. Muxus is the card that shouldn't be... that isn't okay in Elves. I made all of these 1/1s into 2/2s, so they couldn't trade their 1/1 for any of them. Alright, do they get to Skyclave us back here? A little bit. They get to draw some cards here as well. Classic 0 creatures in graveyards here. We putting these... We're putting 2 here, and then I want to start distributing them elsewhere, I think. Get a second larger creature going. I assume we're dead at this point, just because they have the Henge and we don't. Nah, I need the green mana to fight over their Scavenging Ooze activations. I think we just pump up a Skyclave Apparition. Honestly, it might be right. I guess... It could have been right to put all the counters on here, maybe. They have way more mana than us. We have a slightly bigger board. They're gaining 2 a turn. Alright, so they have Collected Company. Was that a good draw? It wasn't, actually. A good draw would have been Great Henge into something useful. Pretty sure Great Henge is like the only card that matters in these games. Just provides such an incredibly sustained amount of card advantage. I don't think this is a Baffling End matchup. Yeah, Flagship should be good here. Pressure's in the air. Let's just interact with their board a little bit. Tarum, thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. How crazy is it to bottom this and just like keep lands company? Might be crazy. I don't understand your question, Mikey. Alright, I think it's time to play some Ratchet and Clank. Magic Arena is strongly communicating that we've played enough Magic for the day. I did say it was the only card that mattered. That's fair. That's fair. Accurate and fair statement. I'm gonna play this game. We could win this game with a good draw. When this puts 6 cards in the bottom of my deck, I'm turning on my PlayStation. I would like the record to reflect that when I bottom 6 cards here, the PlayStation is getting turned on. And then I'm not trading with the 4/4 here because I need to play Great Henge. I mean, to be fair, if it was a huge collected company, we would have hit a 5/5 to block this 4/4. Second elf? Take a second creature. This thing gives them their things back when it dies, right? Until this leaves the battlefield. Well, they boarded their Viviens in. Yeah, it's probably smart. It generates a lot of card advantage. Doesn't die to things like Night of Autumn. Yeah, I think I'm probably wrong for not boarding this in. Man, they have a lot of cards that their companies miss, huh? Did they cut company? I'd be very surprised. I would bet the answer is they're just greedy. If my years of Magic experience have taught me anything, the answer is not that they cut the card, the answer is that they're just greedy. Are we gaining 4 with this? I think I'm gaining 4 with this and drawing a card, right? Nah, they didn't officially remove me as Zentoth, but I assume they're going to. If I'm going to actual zero being played, so I took it off my thing. Yeah, I probably should have made this a 5/5 so I could block when this happened. I wasn't thinking about their Aspirant. They have a collected company here as well, obviously. I mean, this game so far is working out in line with what I said during game 1, which was that Great Henge seems to be the only thing that matters, huh? I wonder if they're not playing Night of Autumn? Because it feels really weird to me that they didn't proactively company. To try and kill my Henge? Yeah, I think this was a mistake on their part. Obviously, we have 2 more Henges, so, like, it's whatever. But they can't know that. We whisper what elemental beers. Oh no, not Baffling End. How will I ever win the game now? Oh no.
I call, and Ikoria answers. Nothing a poultice can't heal.
It seems like a good trade for us. And hey, chat, whatever they take with Fairgrounds Warden, we can Skyclave the Fairgrounds Warden, and then it'll come back, and we'll get another trigger off a Great Henge and draw another card. Remember when I said Great Henge was the only card that matters, and then we did nothing, and then played Great Henge, and then we won the game? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I love making new friends.
My deck agreed. It was like, Jeff, listen, I know better than you. Take all of the Great Henges. Do I want Vivien's in my deck? Vivien's probably better than Bronzehide Lion, right? And put me to 29 hits. It's probably fine. 29 is more hits than they certainly have. What's your boot mean? Your boot means you're a hardworking Hoglandian who has a nice pair of shoes now. Icons. The icons in Hoglandia are like, oh, look at that. We have a sub-icons explained. God bless you, Zentoth. We talked about that earlier today, actually. Fortunate that Hane doesn't have a second land. Right, Sand doesn't have an enabler for the henge, but it has the henge, so, you know. We have a lot more enablers than actual henges, so hopefully we'll draw one. And this hand technically does something before turn 4, right? So, you know. Now that you pointed out, we probably have more hits, so you're ready to miss on 2 Cocos in a row. Born ready. Look at that. Perfect. Ever didn't have it, just like we drew it up. And to be fair, our opponent could just, like, have the Knight of Autumn on time, right? If they have Knight of Autumn on time, our henge won't matter. So, some things to think about. Nice, nice. I think I want to pass back here. I don't think I want to play henge before they company me, because their companies give them a lot of looks at things that could kill my henge. Yeah, it's nice to be able to play a creature the same turn we henge to immediately draw a card as well. Alright, and now we both have a henge, so the game's about to get a little silly. For a turn, because I don't want to put a bunch of creatures into the graveyard from attacking for their Scavenging Oozes, and next turn my Skyclave's gonna get to exile their Lovestruck Beast, right? The winner's the first one to deck themselves, sure. This is an incredible draw. Definitely the best draw in the deck. This forces them to collect a company proactively here. Honestly, it might be wrong to force them to collect a company proactively here because, oh, they don't have a company. Oh. 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 I think I'm just passing again here. With them being down a henge, I'm really not in a rush to close this game out.
I speak for the wilds, unbowed and up. I'd like you to meet my friend, Stompy.
I mean, Historic's gonna get Siege Rhino eventually. Knocking this to 2 is nice, because it means they can't, like, minus it without killing it, which means they can't tutor up, like, a Knight of Autumn to kill my henge. I think pumping there was better than playing Llanowar Elves. I might be wrong, though.
We will adapt to any threat.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8. So if I shock this in, it's 9. There's 1 creature in graveyards right now. We attack like this and see how they block. Threatening triple Rhonas activation. Don't really need to worry about dying on the backswing. This can pay 3 mana to give something 2/0 and trample is the complication my opponent has to account for when blocking. And if we can get rid of their Vivien, we have Luminarch Aspirant. That's powering up the board every single turn, which is nice. So this is trading for these 2, and then Vivien's dying. And then, and this actually works out nicely for us, so because they didn't force me to use my mana to pump on anything, and they let Vivien die this way, I get to go ahead and Turntimber Symbiosis here. They've got 2 things, 3 things over here, so we have a little bit bigger. To be fair, I paid what, 7 mana for the 5/5 removal spell? Yeah, and I think it looks there like this opponent was playing a variation of our deck that we started with today, and doesn't have the updates that we made with things like Rhonas in it, which I think is a pretty big oversight in the original build. Alright, I was gonna make that the last one, but we managed to win, so I'm gonna try and see if we can bubble up into Diamond before we play Ratchet and Clank, so. We'll play one more. This could be the last match. We'll either end at the Diamond 4 rank floor, or we'll end 2 off and try again tomorrow. Thanks everybody for bringing out today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Chef Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I do 4, 5, 6 hours of Magic, 5 days a week or more. We play Standard and Historic here. Ton of different constructed decks. Usually play 2 or 3 different things every single day of the week. Also have a YouTube channel where everything I stream gets archived and uploaded deck by deck. I mean, we're 1 match off a Diamond, chat. What do you want me to do? Stop while we're 1 match off a Diamond? Reasonable. Yeah, seems great. Rogues awaits. I think Rogues is an okay matchup for us. We lost a close set of 3 to it after we mulliganed to 4 in one of the games. So like, with this draw, maybe this is supposed to be a spell. Yeah, that might be a mistake. With no play here, I'm gonna put them on Stomp, and I'm going to play a tap land and pass. I mean, I don't know if we're winning this game. I think that was the correct line, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to win here. Yeah, they just have cleave on 4. We should be dead. I wonder if they went into the wrong queue. Are they playing their standard deck? I feel like Frostbite's not a card Historic Red wants to play. But they could also just be playing their standard deck in the wrong queue. How did we board here last time? I think I took the Aspirants out because they don't block particularly well. And we took the Rhonas out for the same reason. What am I liking in Historic these days? You know, I don't really have a deck in Historic that I love. We've played a bunch of things that are fine, but like, unlike the blue-black flash deck in Standard, like, there isn't like a deck where I'm like, yeah, that's my Historic deck. That's the one I want to play. Is there any chance Reidane is good against Snowlands and Cleave? Nah, I don't think so. Definitely don't think it's better than any of the other cards we're already playing. Reidane's pretty good. Needs to draw a 4th land, but otherwise excellent. Even if they don't have a 1-drop for us to Baffling End on 2, we can just play a 2nd tap land. About Angels. The Angels deck is good, but the Angels deck, like the type of deck that Angels isn't like a make small. I like games that let me make in-game decisions, and the Angels deck, while it's fun and sweet, it doesn't do that. It's just a deck that just like slams all of its crap on the table and asks if it's good enough. Yeah, it's super linear. Like, there's nothing wrong with enjoying that, it's just, like, not why I play games of Magic. I have a burning desire to feel smart while I play, chat. They just didn't attack? Joke's on you, my collected company sucks dick anyways. Joke's on you, opponent, my Cocos suck. Oh, magic. Oh, magic. That's true. I do have a backup company. You know, I'm probably thinking about my plays. I probably should have Baffling Ended this and Fairgrounds Warden the 2/2. Nothing to see here. No plays. Very unlucky. Mana should not be dead to cleave is nice. Alright, chat. Final boss, game 3. Do we get to go to the Diamond 4 ranked floor? Dear opponent, please mulligan to 5. I don't ask for much, but I am asking for this. No. Oh no, they kept 7 and my hand's only okay. There's no 1-drop. Oh, chat, they didn't play a 1-drop. All right, come on. Running lands. Lands for the next 3 draws. Lands for my next 3 draws. Look at that. Bernie Sanders doing us a solid, exiling a non-land off the top of our deck so we can draw land. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Everything's coming up Millhouse, chat. Okay. Okay. This is gonna get bolted, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure our opponent's just playing their standard deck in the historic queue. Then why is it working? Because the power level of the current standard format is incredibly high. Okay, so I should Knight of Autumn their annex here, right? Do I die to cleave if I don't do that? I think we're supposed to Knight of Autumn the annex. We can dodge a cleave, we can dodge a ball, chat. Oh, they do have historic cards. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. They have our Knight of Autumn. They have our Knight of Autumn to kill our Great Henge. They have our Llanowar Elves in play, Andarchy. Nothing but net. Can we do it, chat? Can we be a diamond gamer? Opponent definitely has draws that can still beat us up here, but... I'm blocking like this, so this way when they cleave us, they can't kill my skews. For fuck's sake. God, the top of their deck is so unbelievably hot. Well, you know. What a stupid game. Ooh, gosh. I don't know that I could emotionally take another top deck from them, chat. I don't know. I'm too invested. Please concede. Please concede. Please concede. Please, 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 please. I think it's safe to say we have a good mono red matchup, but we don't have a good matchup against mono red playing a bunch of our cards. The mono red matchup seems hard when they get to play 3 or 4 cards off of our deck. Lousy socialism. My green-white deck pulled hard on its bootstraps to get where it is today. Oh no! Oh no, their timer ticked all the way down. Shit, are we disconnected? Shit, okay, I gotta restart the client here. Their timer got to 0 and it didn't. Oh no, if we lose this matchup because of Rita disconnected, oh no, not like this, chat. Not like this. Oh no. Oh no, what a kick in the gut. What a kick in the gut. No. 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 What happened to my match? We were gonna win. What the fuck happened? What happened? No! Why? Good fucking God. Holy crap. What a god-awful, terrible end to a set. Holy crap. Steaming pile of garbage. We beat Mono Red's top deck variants, but we couldn't beat Arena's quality of software variants. It's fine. We're gonna get to Mythic and Diamond eventually. We play enough on stream. It's just like how yeah, like thanks for the sub gift, Ace. Alrighty. This deck was good. For those of you that are just joining us, we played, yeah, like, honestly, sorry, what happened there, right? Like, I didn't lose rank either. It's like the match just doesn't exist, because it's not like it lost me for disconnecting. We were 1 match away from Mythic when we started there, and it locked up and dropped, and just now we're not there. Or 1 match away from Diamond, sorry, not Mythic. So, like, the match is just gone. Yeah, like, alright. Anywho, this deck is sweet. I think if you're looking for a creature deck to play in Historic, this deck seems like a very reasonable choice. If you like the look of the cards in this deck, it feels very competitive. We played for over 3 hours. Long set, because I was having fun with the different things going on inside of this deck. I feel like if I was going to work on this some more, I would have to hit the Gatherer, Scryfall. Don't use the Gatherer. Gatherer's garbage. I'd have to hit a card search and try and figure out what, if there's anything we could do to make the Goblins matchup better. The Goblins matchup felt rough, and I don't currently have any cards in our 75 that can really make it better. It's kind of a tough one to beat, right? Like, we can't play Tecatli on our guard because of these. We can't play Grafdigger's Cage because of Collected Company. So, like, the cards that you would normally play in these colors to be good against goblins are also good against us. Containment Priest. Containment Priest also stops our Collected Companies. That's another symmetrical card. Containment Priest is, like, less bad than the others. Like, maybe that's fine. Ooh, Misfit Mavis. That could be a reasonable one. I like Authority of the Councils as a potential solution. Tinjali Sungwing causes opponent's creatures to enter the battlefield tapped. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. That's like the 2/3 flying dino, right? Yeah, that could maybe not be terrible. I can see that. It also flies, so like while you gum up the board, that'll help. Yeah, that's actually true. Baffling End turning into Declaration in Stone, which we're gonna get out of the upcoming Anthology on Thursday, will be an upgrade too, because Deck in Stone lets us hit Krenko and Muxus, which we normally can't hit with this card. Deck in Stone. These will all Baffling Ends everywhere are gonna turn into Deck in Stones after that card drops on Thursday. But yeah, this one's sweet. I like it. Sad, frustrating, comical end there with the arena match just like disappearing on us. But all right, we're not done for the day. For people that are new, in addition to playing card games every day, I also do a little bit of variety stuff. So we are going to be starting Ratchet and Clank, the most recent release of that from a couple of years ago on my PlayStation. I'm gonna switch on